It was the 83rd minute, and Barca was already 4-0 up against Real Betis when the Blaugrana coach Xavi decided to make history. He replaced midfielder Gavi with a player from Barcelona's La Masia, who will turn out to be the youngest player to ever play in a La Liga match in the 21st century, Lamine Yamal. Yamal made his debut at 15 years, 9 months, and 16 days old, eclipsing other young debutants like Ansu Fati, Bojan, and Lionel Messi. At just 15, he is one of the brightest and most promising talents in football at the moment. In this video, we will be exploring the rise of this young star, discussing his strengths, and analyzing his prospects for the future. Let's dive into the origin of Barcelona's whiz kid. Yamal was born in July 2007 in Mataró, a suburb of Barcelona, to a Moroccan father and a Guinean mother. At just 5 years old, he was identified as a top talent and was scouted by the La Masia Academy. Yamal was playing 3 or 4 years above his own age group from an early age, and he rapidly rose through the Barca ranks. He was playing under-16 football at just 13 years old and tearing through the league with relative ease. His performances at youth level have already led to Messi comparisons, not least because Yamal is a talented inside forward with a wonderful left foot. However, he has proved himself a potential star in his own right, carving out a path different from that of La Masia's biggest legend. Yamal is a forward or winger, and he is at his best cutting in from the right onto his stronger left foot. He's an excellent dribbler, considered the best in La Masia by some distance, and is adept at accelerating away from defenders. The 15-year-old has also been praised for his shooting ability and vision in the final third. As such, he has developed the kind of highlight reel usually reserved for those far older than him. Yamal was installed into Barcelona's U19 squad at just 15 years old, and although he wasn't an immediate starter for the Juvenil A team, he began to catch the eye with a string of star showings. His brace against Ebro on September 10th made him the youngest Barcelona player ever to score in a Juvenil A game, eclipsing a record previously held by Ansu Fati. After his memorable performance, Juvenil A coach Oscar Lopez highlighted Yamal's quality, saying, "He is always asking questions, and he has a very good predisposition to evolve. You have to treat him calmly and not rush." Despite his young age, Yamal has been training with Xavi's first team since September and playing for Juvenil A. He's made relatively easy work of his U19 opponents, racking up plenty of goals and assists. Most recently, he bagged a brace against Mallorca, including a fine run and strike reminiscent of another left-footed Barcelona youth product. There have been some blemishes, though. Yamal was sent home from the Spanish youth national team camp after allegedly getting into an altercation with teammates and faced disciplinary action from Barcelona as a result. However, Yamal impressed Xavi enough to earn a spot on the first-team bench against Atletico Madrid, making him the youngest Barcelona player ever to be named in a matchday squad. This was before his eventual debut against Real Betis. It's quite an incredible feat considering the club's famed La Masia Academy has yielded some true legends of the game, but none of them, not even Messi, Xavi, or Carlos Puyol, cracked the first team earlier than Yamal has. Now the question arises, how does Yamal fare compared to Messi? While there are certainly similarities between Yamal's game and that of the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner, right now, a more appropriate comparison might be Mohamed Salah. Like Salah, Yamal is incredibly direct and loves to go towards goal. He's not afraid to take on defenders and can often find short passes from the edge of the box that lead to scoring opportunities. Additionally, he's got a magical left foot that allows him to strike the ball with both power and precision. So, is Yamal the next Mo Salah? Only time will tell. He's still very young, and there's a lot of work to be done before he can even think about reaching the heights of Salah's career. However, with his impressive skills and natural talent, there's no doubt that he's got the potential to become one of the best players in the world in the coming years. It's clear that Lamine Yamal is a player with an incredible amount of potential. His technical ability and talent have earned him comparisons to Messi, and his performances at youth level have demonstrated that he has what it takes to succeed at the highest level. However, the jump from youth football to first-team football is a significant one, and it remains to be seen whether Yamal will be able to make that leap successfully. He is still very young, and it will take time for him to develop physically and mentally in order to be able to cope with the demands of top-level football. The pressure on Yamal will also be significant. His rapid rise to fame and comparisons to Messi will inevitably lead to high expectations from fans and the media. But it's important that he is given time and space to develop without being burdened by too much pressure, to avoid having another case of Bojan, the Barcelona wonder kid who was called the next Messi, but couldn't live up to expectation due to pressure and burnout. That said, there are many reasons to be optimistic about Yamal's future. He has already shown that he is capable of performing at a high level, and his technical ability is exceptional. He is also surrounded by some of the best coaches and players in the world at Barcelona, which can only help his development. If he can continue to progress and develop over the next few years, there is every chance that Yamal could become one of the best players in the world. It's too early to say for sure, but the signs are certainly promising. In the end, if you're a young footballer with big dreams, take a cue from Lamine Yamal. At just 15 years old, he has already made history by becoming the youngest player ever to play for Barcelona. But what's really remarkable about Yamal is the hard work he put in to achieve his dream. Despite his age, Yamal is a regular in the Spain under-19 squad, and he's been playing against older players for years. This kind of experience doesn't come easy, but Yamal has clearly been willing to put in the hard work and dedication to succeed. If you want to follow in Yamal's footsteps, you need to be prepared to work hard too. That means dedicating yourself to training, practicing your skills every day, and always looking for ways to improve. It won't always be easy, but if you're willing to put in the work, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Remember, even the greatest footballers started out as young players with a dream, but they didn't get where they are today by sitting around and waiting for success to come to them. They put in the hard work day after day, and that's what made them champions. So if you want to be the next Lamine Yamal, or even the next Messi or Iniesta, start by working hard and never giving up. With enough dedication and perseverance, anything is possible.